Going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day wherever you're at, whenever you're watching this. We're going to be jumping into some SCP here with the Vulcan. We've got a couple of videos that have been requested for me to do from the Vulcan. So yeah, we're going to check out here today SCP-055, Object Class Keter. Unknown is what it's called. So links will be down below in the description, as always, to the original video without my commentary and reaction into the Vulcan's channel. So please do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video of his, be sure to go over to his channel, give it a like, check out the content he's got on his channel. He has a lot of great content in the SCP universe. If you enjoy the content that he makes, if you haven't hit that sub button on his channel already, please do so. Check out his Patreon and any kind of membership benefits he might have on his YouTube channel if you want to take your support for him and his channel to the next level. If you'd like to join us when I do these reactions live, as I am right now with my YouTube members, there's a join button underneath the video, as well as a link in the description to the YouTube membership benefits and tiers that I offer. So if you want to take your support from my channel to the next level, you can check all that stuff out and take a look at that. But regardless, thank you guys very much for just taking the time out of your busy day, busy schedule, to come in and hang out and check out the video. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, consider leaving a like and a sub, as it helps me and the channel grow, and it lets the YouTube algorithm gods know that you enjoy this kind of content and you want to see some more. So all that said, shameless plugs done, out of the way, etc. We're going to jump into this. Again, this is SCP-055, Object Class Keter by the Vulcan. Well, I should probably turn that on first. There we go.
Today we're going to be looking at SCP-55.
Oh yeah, this is an older one. This is before Dr. Miller was a thing, maybe? Wow.
Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Object is kept within a 5 by 5 by 2.5 meter square room constructed of cement 50 centimeters thickness, with a Faraday cage surrounding the cement walls.
Faraday cage, that I've heard of that before, but I can't remember off the top of my head what a Faraday cage is. I'll have to look that up after this.
Access is via a heavy containment door measuring 2 by 2.5 meters, constructed on bearings to ensure door closes and locks automatically unless held open deliberately. Security guards are not to be posted outside SCP-55's room. It is further advised that all personnel maintaining or studying other SCP objects in the vicinity try to maintain a distance of at least 50 meters from the geometric center of the room, as long as this is reasonably practical. Description: SCP-55 is a self-keeping secret, or anti-meme.
Anti-meme?
Information about SCP-55's physical appearance, as well as its nature, behavior, and origins, is self-classifying. To clarify, how Site-19 originally acquired SCP-55 is unknown. When SCP-55 was obtained, and by whom, is unknown. SCP-55's physical appearance is unknown. It is not indescribable or invisible.
Interesting. So you have an SCP anomaly that is contained and it has a containment procedure, but it is unknown how the site originally acquired it and by whom, and the physical appearance of the SCP is unknown. That is very interesting and intriguing.
Individuals are perfectly capable of entering SCP-55's container and observing it, taking mental or written notes, making sketches, taking photographs, and even making audio-video recordings.
So it's an anti-meme, right? Which is that, am I getting it correct in that they probably don't know it because it's a situation where, like, they view it and then they forget it? Kind of a situation?
An extensive log of such observations is on file. However, information about SCP-55's physical appearance leaks out of a human mind soon after such an observation. Individuals tasked with describing SCP-55 afterwards find their minds wandering and lose interest in the task. Individuals tasked with sketching a copy of a photograph of SCP-55 are unable to remember what the photograph looks like, as researchers are overseeing these tests. The security personnel who have observed SCP-55 via closed-circuit television cameras emerge after a full shift, exhausted and effectively amnesic about the events of the previous hours.
Right.
Who authorized the construction of SCP-55's containment room, why it was constructed in this way, or what the purpose of the described containment procedures may be, are all unknown. Despite SCP-55's container being easily accessible, all personnel at Site-19 claim no knowledge of SCP-55's existence when challenged. All of these facts are periodically rediscovered, usually by chance of readers of this file, causing a great deal of alarm. This state of concern lasts minutes at most, before the matter is simply forgotten about.
I mean, I guess that means it doesn't really necessarily pose that great of a threat then, right? It's almost self-contained in a way by everyone forgetting about it. And it's an interesting scenario where, like, yeah, people freak out that they discover that they have it contained and they go to learn more about it, and then they just forget about it again anyway. Again, self-containing it.
A great deal of scientific data has been recorded from SCP-55, but cannot be studied. At least one attempt has been made to destroy it.
I wonder, right? So, like, the idea I have is almost kind of like the observer effect kind of scenario, right? Does, in fact, this SCP actually exist then? Right? Like, is it a situation where because the Foundation essentially forgets about it, it effectively, does it even effectively really exist? You know? Because anyone and anything that sees it eventually within an extremely short time period forgets about it. People can't draw images of it. They can't take photos of it. They can't take video cameras of it. Any kind of study done of it is erased or forgotten. So, like, is this kind of like an opposite observer effect where it just doesn't exist because you can't remember it? You know? Anyway.
SCP-55, or possibly move it from containment site 19 to another site, meeting failure for reasons unknown. SCP-55 may present a major physical threat, and indeed may have killed many hundreds of personnel, and we would not know it.
True.
Certainly, it presents a gigantic memetic and mental threat, hence its Keter classification. Document number 55-1, an analysis of SCP-55. The author puts forward the hypothesis that SCP-55 was never formally acquired and is...
I think I'm pretty sure that I've done a video on this one from the Exploring series. And is this a scenario where this is a device that was created by the Chaos Insurgency as a means to, like, for them to, like, monitor certain things in the Foundation, and also as a means for them to, like, get in, steal artifacts and or other anomalies from the Foundation and get out without the Foundation knowing about it, with them thinking that it is in itself an anomaly and self-contained. If I remember correctly, this also could just be like something similar, but I feel like I remember there being something along those lines at one point in time.
In fact, an
This might not
autonomous
be
remotely
it, but
controlled agent inserted at Site-19 by an unidentified party, for one or all of the following purposes: to silently observe or interfere with activities at Site-19, to silently observe or interfere with activities at other SCP locations, to silently observe or interfere with activities of humanity worldwide, to silently observe or interfere with other SCP objects, and finally, to silently observe or interfere with... God.
nice redaction.
No action to counter any of these potential threats is suggested, or indeed theoretically possible. Addendum A. Hey, if this thing is really an anti-meme, why doesn't the fact that it's an anti-meme get wiped? We must be wrong about that somehow. Wait a minute. What if we were able to keep notes about what it isn't? Would we remember those?
See, like, again, that's an interesting question, right? Like, to know what something isn't, you would still have to know what it is. And because you can't know what it is, therefore, can you know what it isn't? Right?
Bartholomew Hughes, NSA. Document 55-2. Report of Dr. John Matrix. Survey team number 19-55-127BXE was successfully able to enter SCP-55's container.
I mean, wouldn't it be interesting? Because this is an old school one, right? This video is from a while ago. But wouldn't this be interesting if this was like some kind of device that was a portal to everything that isn't? And that's why they can't understand it. They can't remember it. They can't understand it. They have no point of reference to what it is because it isn't. That would be an interesting take.
And ascertain the appearance and, to some degree, the nature of the object. Notes were taken according to the project methodology. See. After which, the container was sealed again. Excerpt from a transcript of personnel debriefing follows. Dr. Hughes, okay, I'm going to need to ask you some questions about number 55 now. Redacted. Number what? Dr. Hughes, SCP Object 55, the object that you just examined. Redacted. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think we have a 55. Dr. Hughes, okay then. Redacted. I'd like you to tell me what you've been doing for the past 2 hours. Redacted. What? Subject appears uncomfortable. I don't know. Dr. Hughes. Okay then. Do you remember that we all agreed that it wasn't spherical? Redacted. That what wasn't? Oh, right. It isn't round at all. Object 55 isn't round.
So that's very interesting right there, right? It doesn't remember what 55, like, he can't remember anything about 55, right? But then the doctor says that it isn't round, and then he remembers something about it. He doesn't even remember the 55 as an actual thing. He doesn't remember that he's been doing, anything for the last several hours. And then all of a sudden he remembers Object 55 and that it's not round.
Dr. Hughes. So, you remember it now? Redacted. Well, no. I don't know what it is, but I know there is one. It's something you can't remember, and it's not a sphere. Dr. Hughes.
This feels like a who's on first SCP joke, Wait a minute, what's the sphere? Object 55. Object what? 55. All right. It's not a sphere. What's not a sphere? Object 55. What's Object 55?
Wait a minute. What's not a sphere? Redacted. Object 55. Dr. Hughes. Object what? Redacted. Doc, do you remember agreeing that something wasn't shaped like a sphere?
Right.
Dr. Hughes. Oh, right. It appears to be possible to remember what SCP-55 is not. Negations of fact.
That is kind of interesting though, right? Because again, in order to understand what something isn't, you would still have to understand what something is, right? You would have no understanding of what darkness is without light, right? And vice versa. You would have no understanding of what wet is without water, kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? So how could you know and understand what something isn't if you don't know what something is? And if you can't remember and understand what something is, then how would it be even possible to understand what something isn't? There's no context for it, right? So it's interesting that they are still able to remember something of what it is not, meaning that there would subconsciously, I guess, have to be some kind of memory actively locked away in their brain to know what it is, and they just can't access it. Right?
and to repeatedly...
So does that mean like this thing is actively blocking their memories? It's not necessarily an actual anti-meme, I guess, in the traditional sense. This is almost like something that has like a selective amnestic quality or something to it. I don't know.
Deduce its existence from these memories. Personnel involved in survey number 1955-127-BXE reported moderate levels of disorientation and psychological trauma associated with the cycles of repeated memory and forgetfulness of SCP-55. However, no long-term behavioral or health problems were observed, and psych assessments of survey personnel showed consistent reports of this distress fading over time. Recommendations. It may be worthwhile to post at least one staff member capable of remembering the existence of SCP-55 to each critical site.
And how is that even possible?
This has been SCP... Wait.
I get it. Good ending there. I get it, Vulgan. This has been SCP what? Okay. I see what you did there. But I mean, yeah. Like, I know there's people that have, there's like a resistance scale and like mental like fortitudinous scale of some sort in the SCP universe that has been talked about in different SCPs, and people of certain ratings are able to deal and have clearance with certain things that have nestic or amnestic or mimetic properties and etc. So I mean, I guess it would be possible that there could be certain people that would remember dealing with it, or they might have, you know, nestic drugs powerful enough to get people to remember what SCP-55 is. And maybe it's just something that like is so classified that the average person here that we would know about wouldn't remember it, right? Like, you would think that the O5 Council would have access to, you know, drugs powerful enough to, again, allow them to remember it, but maybe not. And maybe it is something that is just 100% self-contained. I do swear, though, I remember some kind of SCP. Maybe it was this one, and it was referenced in another SCP story. But I swear I remember there being some kind of SCP anomaly like this that ended up being a plant from the Chaos Insurgency that they used as a means of getting into different SCP sites and stealing anomalies and getting out without the Foundation knowing about it, because they don't, you know, it essentially erases their memory, and they had like certain kind of protective gear or whatever that they were wearing to nullify the effects of this, so they could get into the Foundation, you know, sneak in, get whatever anomalous stuff, and get out, right? We're gonna take a nap before work. Catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, Michael. It's good to see you, brother. Thanks for popping in, man. Have a good one and enjoy your evening, and hope you have a good one at work. So, but yeah, interesting SCP. And again, interesting to see an older video from the Vulgan that didn't have Dr. Miller. We're pre-Dr. Miller here. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, that was SCP-055, object class Keter unknown by the Vulgan. So links will be down below in the description as always. Do the original video without my comment and reaction into the Vulgan's channel. So please do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video of his, be sure to go over there and give it a like. And if you enjoy the content he puts out on his channel, hit that sub button, check out his Patreon, check out any kind of memberships he's got on his channel if you want to take your support for him to the next level. If you'd like to join us when I do these reactions live, as I am right now with my YouTube members, there is a join button underneath the video, as well as a link in the description to the YouTube membership benefits and tiers that I offer. Love to have you guys come in and hang out and join us and add your 2 cents to our discussions. So yeah, there's a join button underneath the video, link in the description. Check all that stuff out if you want to take your support for my channel to the next level. Regardless, thank you guys for watching the video. Especially if you're still here at the very end, it means a lot if you're watching it all the way through. Greatly appreciate you taking the time to do so. If you enjoyed this video of mine, consider leaving a like and a sub, as it helps me and the channel grow, and it lets the YouTube algorithm gods know that you enjoy this kind of content and you want to see some more. So again, thank you very much. We'll see you on the